Piscillian good day, dear friends. Piscillian good day. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India. Some problem I think in starting this video after a long time. I don't know why it's not connected. I think live video is getting connected now. I'm sure now. Well, after many weeks, my last video was on 19th June 2025, and there has been no further video online after that. Reason being, due to deletion of all videos by Facebook, it has been a problem, and these Facebook group allows only for 30 days. Now today I am relaying this video, and in, you can say, 30 days this shall be deleted. I have to download all these videos, more than 2000 videos, and I am gradually uploading them on YouTube one by one. Out around 2000 videos are there which are required uploading. Only 160 have been uploaded so far on YouTube, and I thought that I should start again gradually, slowly, certain videos of current engineering. This video is related to engineering, and this is very important one. Engineering, which is, you can say, very small part here of life, and we have to be there. Well, I'm glad that I could start again. It is good. Starting is not bad, if I say, because one has to do something, otherwise there's no meaning at all. And I am here just, you can say, after so many weeks I was disappointed, but I was doing work on my engineering as well as on downloading. Memory is an issue. Drawing which I am going to show you relates to my work which was done in 92, 93, 91, etc., 1991. But in those days it was done on paper, on graph paper, on drawing sheets, because in those days there were no computers available, and I did not know anything about computers. You can say it's around more than 30 years that I have come back onto that just to do it again. It is my good time that I can do it, and it is good that I will be able to do it successfully, but it takes time. Today is, you can say, a time when somebody has to do something. My age has been deferred now. Now I am 70 years running. I was born in 1955, and now at that time I was not so old. It's around 30, so around, you can say, 40 approximately, maybe less than that. Born 55 and so 92 I did it, so 37 years in those days. This, you can say, this drawing which I showed to you, this gives an outline of a conceptual project, you can say schematic project, that is in my mind for people to look into that. It is something related to our country, our nation, I think extraordinary nation on earth. This is known by title, name, Bharat, India. Beauty of our nation is that we have people from diverse cultures, from diverse faiths, and we all live together without any problem, except some political issues which I am not going to link. Otherwise, we are very peaceful society. So many faiths are there, and I think thousands of castes, or you can say sections, are there within that, which gives another beauty to our country. That beauty is not available anywhere else in entire world. So we should be number one in that we can live peacefully, and to depict that purpose, to express that one in drawing form, I have prepared this scheme long back. I prepared it, but now I am doing it in a different mode, that we are a society which is unequal. There is no other society in entire world or on earth which can match ours, and that is beauty of this. We call ourselves India. We call ourselves Bharat. Two names are there currently according to our approved Constitution of India, or you can say Bharat ka Samvidhan. There are only two names which are in force. One is Bharat, one is India, and we cannot say we are another one. If we say that, that is, you can say, ill information. We cannot say we are Hindustan or we are else. So ours is Bharat India, and in that regard I try to do something. We have varying faiths, varying religions, man-made or human-created religions, which have nothing to do with universe, and universe is responsible for everything. We have to take care of that, and universe means Brahman in Hindi. There are so many universes, I don't know how many, but that is Power of Soul issue, another book, another writing which I have done, Power of Soul, and I am very much interested in taking that Power of Soul to everyone. I am talking about engineering today. There are two kinds of engineering. One engineering is conducted on earth according to earth codes and earth requirements, and another engineering is conducted by nature or by universe, which is Brahman, which engineering is unknown to everyone, and it is responsible for existence. Otherwise, if there is no existence as such, there can be no earth engineering. You may say that earth engineering means universe has been working. We don't know how long it started work, how many years have lapsed, nobody knows, but it doesn't matter. It is true that it's working. I'm very much concerned with quality, Quality, which is translated to Gunavatta in our language, and quality everywhere. Or you may say whatever is done 100 over 100 in a specified way, that can be considered quality, or that matches your requirement, that can be called quality. Quality and coordination I link together because both are very important. Current generation, current people, currently what is happening, coordination is not understood by entire world. Coordination is such a terminology, is such a state of work, which in fact is not independent one. Coordination has got no limit at all, and without coordination even you cannot do anything, though it's not defined coordination, but coordination is done every time by everybody without even knowing that coordination is ongoing. Without coordination effect, nothing can be done. Nature coordinates very well, which is not known to human, but it coordinates. Nature is expert in quality, because since this system, solar system, was delivered, or you can say universe was delivered, since that day nature has been working, system has been working without any collapse, without any failure. You may call there was perlite soul imagination, nobody knows, but universe has been working successfully to meet requirement, to meet regularity, to meet punctuality, to meet whatever works. There are two kinds of nature. One is material nature, another is non-material nature, and then it is air or no air. Well, that is all scientific. What I am saying is nature is best teacher for everyone. Engineering on earth is very, very small level. You cannot say like engineering if you compare to nature level or universe level. Human existence itself an engineering, construction of human being. Though it's a medical field, you may say, but after all it's an engineering field, because a machine comes out, human being comes out, or machine comes out from animals or from birds or whatever creature in their earth. That machine comes live, it performs. We boast about robots and that, or artificial intelligence, but we cannot even understand how nature works. Sun, which is located around 150 million kilometers from here, 15 crores kilometers from here, is an integral part of Earth, or you can say solar system. On Earth we can't survive suppose suppose Sun is not available. Think of, if Sun is not available, what shall happen to us? It's a very, very small question, but it's a very, very responsible question. If Sun is absent, can we survive? If Sun is absent, can we get crops? Can we get food? Likewise, nature is a teacher, silent teacher, but working teacher. We boast a lot, we talk a lot, we give lectures, we speak politically, we speak socially, we speak scientifically, but we never understand what we talk of. What I'm talking, what you talk, what you think. I'm not here talking so that you should recognize what I'm saying. I'm just expressing myself to what I understand. You may accept it, you may not accept it. This doesn't matter. I would not say like it, I would not say don't like it. It is your prerogative. It is nothing to say I have to say that. No. I'm speaking on behalf of universe. I'm not speaking on behalf of you people. I'm not speaking on behalf, but I want to disseminate whatever information I can think or I can have. I can share that with you if you want to have it. And if you say no, it's just waste of time, thank you very much, no problem. It's up to you, but I'm doing my job. Quality is a big issue because since computer has come to earth, since computer has come to human use, there is no coordination. In fact, coordination is absent and we have to worry about that. Coordination is very important because our body itself is coordinated equipment, live equipment. You can say not just mechanical equipment, it is biological as well as non-biological equipment. You may object, but I'm talking about non-biological. Yes, I'm talking about non-biological because my face, my body, my structure, if you say medically, it is biological. But other than that, which medical people cannot answer, which others cannot answer, we can only feel, we can only say it happens. There is no evidence. Other is work of soul. S-O-U-L, work of soul. That is non-biological because you can't see that, you can't measure it, you can't understand, but without that you can't survive. You may say, no, I am surviving because of respiration, because of mind, but you have to link that one. Are there two parts in your body which you don't link together? Have you ever noticed? Has some doctor noticed? It's complete circuit, it's complete plant. Spatial plant means that is biological one. There's another connection that is non-biological one through existence of soul, which can never get eliminated from existence. Body, which is biological, has to end one day because date of delivery and date of its expiration, or you may say mobilization to earth and demobilization from earth dates are well scheduled or scheduled. Nobody can change that. But question is why I'm talking about that. I'm talking about quality, I'm talking about engineering, I'm talking about universe engineering. That's what I'm saying. There is connection, there is coordination, but we do not see that, we cannot understand that. Quality and coordination are linked together practically. Body is an evidence of that, solar system is an evidence of that, existence of universe is an evidence. If you think something, how? Did you ever note it? Did some doctor tell you? Did some scientist tell you? They may say anything, but did you think yourself? How can you recall something that happened with you 25, 30, 40, 50 years back, 60 years back? It depends upon your age. Can you think about that? And what is thinking? Root is thinking. Just like we have roots in trees, we have roots in everywhere. What is root of your mind work? We have to think that way. Because if you want to understand quality, you have to understand everything. Quality cannot be taught in university. It cannot be taught anywhere except systems. I'm not talking of systems. I'm not talking of quality system. I'm talking about quality which is above systems. I'm not talking about quality systems, ISO 9000 or anything else. I am just talking about quality. What is number one? And that should be, can you ever understand? In this society of world, what is first equipment or what is first being? That should be qualitative before doing anything else, before doing others. Resources we understand, but what are resources? Source, do we understand what is source? What is difference between source and resource? I'm saying, I'm talking of source, I'm not talking of resource. If you want to say resource means something is already available, which you know practically, which you know physically, that can be re-studied, that can be reused, because it's called resource. But what is source? Can you rebuild your body? No. Is it? Can you rebuild your mind? Can you retrain your mind? Yes, that can be done. Your body is available. You know that. It can't be changed. It can be recycled. This means, what is that? This is exclusive resource for you, which can never go away. But it finishes one day. What about soul, which we do not know what is shape of my soul, what is composition of soul, what is basic and fundamental material that constitutes soul? Does anybody know? They may say, oh, this is electromagnetic, this may be this and this may be that. And why I'm saying we are connected to sun integrally for many hours. I'm not saying physically, I'm saying through integration of sun rays. That is a beautiful point to understand by everybody. We don't understand, we can't get anything. It's important to understand. Let me see if it's going on or not. Just a minute, please. Let me check whether I'm getting this on Facebook continuously or there's some problem. No, still it's going on. No issue, I think, because I have to discuss with you this plan. After a long time I'm doing so, I'm just refreshing something on this. I talked a lot on many subjects, engineering subjects, social subjects, English, translation, political subjects, many other subjects. In generality, I'm not expert on them, but it's not question of being expert, because what is expert, I can't understand what is expert, but what you think about and what can you do. Education is one part of life, but applications of education subjects are the part of life. You have already got certain equipments in body, you have to use them properly. Your eye can see long distance, you even can't understand what's power of eyes. I'm just talking of power of eyes, I'm talking of power of mind, I'm talking of power of stamina, I'm talking of power of thinking. All these are must have you. But on top of that is engineering, because engineering doesn't mean physical engineering only. Engineering means even without getting engineering degree or diploma, you have to be an engineer. But how? Means whatever you think. And if it can be done by you through your own way, through your own concept, I think that's engineering. What is engineer? E-N-G-I-N-N-E-R. E-N stands for what? E-N stands for I-N-N. It's another word, not in English. In engineer. G-I-N-E. Someone who is genius. And what is genius? Someone who can use mind properly, efficiently. That is genius. So everybody, if you can use your mind properly, adequately, according to requirement, keeping in view cost, time, performance, everything, safety, safe, intact. You can say you have engineered something, and everybody can be said engineer. You have done something practically can be used as an engineer. It doesn't mean you are an officer or what. It doesn't. I'm not talking that. Even a kid can be an engineer if he concepts something, conceives something in mind, and tries to build that though at a lower scale. Mind means is good at engineering, doing something positively, something constructively, and also you can destruct. This is all the destructive engineering. So I'm talking about construction engineering. I'm talking about constructive engineering. I'm not talking about destruction. So my dear friends, what I'm saying is, I'm saying engineering, and for that purpose, I thought that I should have some good project, which can be, of course, has nothing to do with politics of this country. It's just to do social understanding of what country. I want to see people stay peacefully, respecting every faith. Of course, it's not God gift. It is just human creation. Whatever faith exists involved, human is on top of everything. And when human is top of everything, this means humanity is our religion, you may say. Humanity, not Hindu, not Muslim, not Christian. I'm not talking about creation, human creation. I'm talking about God's creation. God created human soul and human body through whatever method. So that is not man-made. That is not humanity-made. Humanity exists because of we exist. Humanity exists because of universe exists. Humanity exists because everything is available on this planet that allows us to stay and allow us to come and also allow us to go. You may call it death, you may call it whatever I'm saying, demobilization. You can say everybody is here for some assignment. And what is that assignment? No company shall tell you. You are your own organization as a person. Whatever work you do yourself successfully, wherever you are, oh, I feel happy in this work. This work is not boring. I don't find any stress on me even after working 12 hours, 14 hours, except fatigue. If your mind is free of fatigue, if your mind is free of stress, you are best person, your best performer. It doesn't matter what you do. It depends upon where you find interesting and you can survive. That is your assignment. And that assignment only can be felt by you. You can analyze yourself, and if you don't find interest in anything, it's up to you. There is no one which does not have at least one interest every year. But question is, are you a quality person? I am saying quality means, first of all, you are a source. You may be a resource, but I would say you are a source. And that source be suitable. That source should be fit, best. Are you? You may be having whatever topmost degree of world in whatever profession. It doesn't mean anything if you are not having genuine knowledge, workable knowledge, real knowledge for applications. If you don't have that capacity, you may be whatever degree, doesn't mean anything. Because degree is just an education part. And education can be university education or your own understanding, your own past life knowledge, or whatever you learned in world of, in kingdom of that power, that supreme, or you may call universe or whatever. That is real knowledge. Knowledge doesn't mean you should have only degree or post graduation or mastery or whatever. This means your mind should be well trained on earth, or it must have already been trained in that world. It's up to you. You know where. Quality I'm talking is, it doesn't mean whatever is controlled is quality. You cannot say if some institution controls me it is quality. No, I don't agree. This is different way. What I am saying, human is first requirement to be a quality equipment or quality resource or source. If you are not a quality person, you cannot do anything. You may be highly educated, you may be a king, you may be president, you may be whatever. But you are not quality person. This means you can never be a quality personal. Quality person is self-professional, self-personal, self-given personal. Your education, this is not just a certification. You should learn there. You should learn by work. You should learn by theory. You should learn by practicality. You should learn by mistakes. You should learn everywhere. This is very common I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. What I said, I'm talking about a town which is different world. It doesn't exist. But creation is important. So many promoters are there everywhere in this world. I'm not criticizing anybody. They are doing business. But here I'm not talking about business. I'm talking about our beautiful, most attractive society of this country, which has no limits in fact. We have highly professional strength in our country. We have high power of youth in this country. We have high power of good people in this country. We have high power of good leaders in this country. But there is another part of this, another side of this, another end of this where everything is qualityless. Qualityless or bad quality you can say. Reason is people are easygoing. If you just think about 50 years back, you will find it was a different scenario. People were not mad for just making money. They were mad for doing something for nation, for society. They were, because having a class section in which they were called middle class or lower middle class, they always had some ambition, some aim, some target, some goal. But that has gone away. That has gone away. And that is a real problem, I think. Let me check again if Facebook is, maybe sometime they discuss, they don't know. They discuss sometime, let me be sure about that. 25 minutes is going, so it's okay. Alright, so I would say sometime I don't say that. Alright. So I'm not, first of all, I'm sorry if I'm taking your time in boring you. Of course I'm boring you, no doubt. You should not be bored, but my talk is always like that. I'm not talking here that I should get money. No, I am talking here that you should know something. At least young generation, if seniors don't like it, if at least youth element of our country, and even not our country, everywhere, they should know something based on experience of a person. I have got experience to some extent, and I have pride in that. I learned a lot without referring to books. With practical aspects, I learned a lot in engineering, construction, engineering designs. I learned a lot on my own by understanding people's, mandate, people's, performance. Means I have worked, I can say, I'm not sure, but around more than 50 nationalities during my career, and I learned a lot from many people, from every layer. I learned from workers at labor level, work level, to CEOs and ministers, what they think, how they perform, and that is really, you can say, a lot which you cannot know from books, because books do not mean that everything is available in books. Your mind itself is a book, your life itself is a book, so we have to understand this. I have here many files for you. Let me show you these files first of all, so that there can be something different to understand. I don't waste time for nothing. So let's see here which file I will show you, and that's most important. Here is file. This is, you can say, AutoCAD file here. Here you can see is some drawing. Of course, I have written India town key plan layout. Of course, it's good dimension, around 7 kilometers by around less than 5. It doesn't matter. It's just an indication. I have tried to design various complexes, or you may call it integrated planning, not just complexes. This drawing has been shown partly these complexes, not all, but everything is available. This is what you can say in central I have kept here. If you can see this title here, this is a beautiful nation, India, a beautiful nation. And there is, you can say India here, you can say India here, INDIA, and here is A, and there is beautiful, beautiful nation. You may ask me, what is this? Maybe you can write this. No, this is not writing. First of all, this is an integrated building complex. You may call it district center, you may call it commercial center, whatever call is, title is India, a beautiful nation, and this is for commercial purpose, offices, or whatever you can say. These are latter forms of building, INDIA. Designs are available, and here is beautiful India, a beautiful nation. These are buildings. You may say 5 buildings are here. Likewise, you can count these buildings. And here are car parkings, carports. You can say carports here, carport here, this one, and carport is here. These 4 carports are provided here. These are multi-layer carports. And road work is here internally, all the way. And these carports are RCC buildings, and these are all RCC buildings. I have written certain symbols on these carports, and these would be projected there. These are not buildings, in fact. Above carports there will be something which can depict various faiths in this country. And here you may say there are ancillary buildings like substations, police stations, substations, and you will say some green area, landscape area, exchange, or whatever you can say. These days it is fire station, and one weaving tower is here. Means if you want to see all this written in building, India a beautiful nation, shape of buildings like that, you can go and see by rising, by lifting yourself, by moving to top story, weaving story, this fire station, sorry, this one, sorry, this weave tower it is. You can move on to this and see this, and all these are different decorations. There is a tank where water filled, fountains shall be there in this fountain in form of tank, and you may say carport, and all these are there. That I to this tower, and angle shall be 5 degrees here. If you stand on tower here, you will see from this. Means you can see that. Means there's a difference in story height, maybe 12 stories in commercial center, and this may be 30 stories, 30 levels, 112-meter high, and this is, you can say, just 55 meters. And there are, you can say, other areas. All these lines are showing various complexes. For example, this is Brahm Astra here. This is a residential complex. Here will be Mahalakshmi, which is not indicated, but I put later on, everything is available. Saraswati, likewise Mahabharat, and also here is Mahavir Swami, and Om Namo, Bismillah. Here is Jai Mata Ki, Father Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Tipu Sultan, Namaste, Salam, Sat Sri Akal, and likewise you may say here is Vivekanand. This is aeroplane shape, some hotel. This pistol shape, some complex here, and likewise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. These latter types buildings. Here is Nana Javala Devi. Here is Vice type series. Mahakali Pray Garden is here. There is Muhammad Ibrahim Ismail and Allahu Akbar. There is Annapurna, and here is Lord Krishna, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, and then Jupiter, Mercury, and likewise Nanak Naam Jahaj Pyare is for, there is swastik in cruciform. Here is Namaste Salam Sasya Arudan, sky, sun, moon, star, and here is 7 heaven. Here is rainbow. It is, you might say, Venus, Vishwamitra, and Jai Shri Ram, Gautam Buddha, Jesus Christ, Hanuman, and here is likewise, so many shall be added. This is here, I already told you. So there are about, I can say, on an acceptance 55 complexes here, and this may, according to current consideration, this may accommodate more than 100,000 apartments, which means all structures shall be one place. About, say, small and big, all buildings, which about 1,000 buildings, 700 structural buildings, and others are small buildings, means not high rise, but say carports, police station, market, medical, and school likewise, and there shall be in every complex rainwater disposal, which I am thinking about. It's not simply how we can live like that. Some RCC, some shall be provided in landscape areas, and rainwater shall flow into them, so that it doesn't go waste, which can be used when there doesn't exist rain. It can be used for irrigation purpose, or it can be supplied from available stores to other areas if so required. And water tank shall be built below ground, you can say in foundations. Depends on what you do. So this is that type of key plan. I have details of all these, but only one drawing can be shown here per OBS. and I have another plan, another building which I am showing to you. I will say another page which is, here is, this is project management. Here is, let me show you what I'm talking of is project management. I think you see this file, right? And this is here. I try to put my titles here of these videos since beginning, but now these titles have got no meaning because of URLs, but I'm not going to tell that. I'm just talking about how it works. Title today that I've taken is this is title today. This is 1st August 2025 here. You can see this title here. It's August 25, right? Here it is. Maybe you can see it blown up. That is, my last video was on 19th June 2025 and today 1st August. So you can say 20 days of June, then July, and today is 1st August. So about more than 1.5 months. Here is quality life. This is written here. Quality life. I'm sorry. Building engineering works. Quality soul. Coordination. World, earth, economy, improvement. Reject all wrongs. Time, wealth, knowledge, light. I call in abbreviation form TWKL. T stands for time, which is on top of everything. Time is very significant. W stands for wealth. Wealth of world, not simply your wealth. It's complete wealth of universe. Knowledge means all knowledge, not just knowledge on earth. Light means light everywhere. Light, physical light, as well as mind light. And darkness, because opposite to light is darkness, which is also useful because without darkness there can be no meaning of light, and in case darkness doesn't exist, you shall not like light because there is no comparison at all. So darkness is also very significant. Engineer is name of myself, and you can see my address. So I am here going to discuss quality. I'm discussing with you quality life. What is quality life? Building engineering was talking with this and taken up this project. Of course, it's not project yet, but scheme you may say building engineering, and that is township. Quality soul, which is very, very different world. People, I can't prove soul exists, but it exists or doesn't exist. It is there. We can't say no. We cannot say no, and we have to understand coordination, economy of world and universe, and we do not know else otherwise. So that is my title, and there have been so many titles in the past, but I'm not going to do that. I'm doing a very, very brief video. Here I have to say this first book have got a meaning now, but what I'm saying is universe, spectrums, person, self, mind. Here is, you can say, power of souls I'm talking, related spectrum, engineering. Posts can be reviewed on following FB groups. If you have, but posts you can see these posts, but you cannot see videos because videos have been deleted by Facebook. Whatever reason be there, universe, spectrums, person, self, mind, soul-based engineering. Oracle spectrum, internet networks in universes, participation. This is very, very important one if you are interested. If you don't try to understand this, it's up to you, but if you can see, your mind can conceive something, and that's very one. It is what happens is, first stage is oracle formation by universe at time of birth, and thereafter to remain in continuation. Second stage is oracle understanding by sound mind person. Then it is third stage to work on progressive growth of oracles from one level to other levels. Fourth stage is to understand and constitute oracle spectrums, intranets, And fifth one is to participate among others in intranet, and then also to connect to oracles, spectrums, internets, which networks always remains universes wide. And then sixth stage is that person feels liberated of many controls and thereby starts getting self-control and controls on other restrictions in a successful way. Seventh stage is to reach as much as possible to more and more mind powers from power 6th onwards to whatever could be possible by thinking person. There should be no problem for all those persons who are intelligent and are professionals, and only formable formula to achieve higher status is just to think and keep thinking on whatever objective remaining in mind. And eighth stage tells everyone so much that you might have not believed in your entire life, because oracle power starts working for you and you can easily be connected to your real power, which is called power of soul, through formation of oracle. Once you can reach that level, you can connect to universe for whatever information you require shall get successfully. Also, I'm talking of something else, which is negative universe, but negative is invisible. Is a must to get positive on visible. Just thought whether I belong to positive universe or I belong to negative universe, then it wonders what I think about, but facts should be investigated for a scientific analysis. I do not accept beliefs that whatever dharma or religion teaches humanity, since physical acceptance of body relevant religion is no recognition until soul power is involved, which is in fact very rare application by humans and other creatures. Means this is a note which you may read, but I'm just telling you that something is good. I'll come back to this one because I many the files to show you, because it's important one, and other one is here, that is quality for lectures, and it's also very significant one for everybody. Though it's old one, it's not simply today produced, but its significance is very wide, and that is very important. What we are talking of here is that it is not as simple as we think. We have to be practical in understanding that, and that's important one. Worldwide requirement for quality and coordination, I'm talking, this requirement cannot be disregarded, and if you disregard this, then you cannot be called a professional, you cannot be called an educated person, you may be considered a person without having reliable information. I would not say lay person, because nobody is lay, you are educated one, but not reliable one. Quality, if you maintain your quality and your work quality, that is what is requirement, and that can be done only through interacting and interconnections of all activities, all requirements. If you interact with them, if you know a flow chart of that yourself, not referring to anything else, you might say, okay, fine, quality and coordination are very big domains. Quality is available everywhere, but that's in system form. I'm not talking of systems. Systems can be formed, but quality is unique. If you don't have concept of quality, you cannot do anything, and that concept must come from you, from everybody, because first you should have your own quality, and if you don't have quality, this means there's no reliability. What you do shall be fine, and that reliability should come from everybody. Quality, I'm talking about human quality, then I talk about work quality. In engineering, human quality is understood to be there because everybody is educated in engineering professionally. It is expected that you understand quality, and if you don't understand quality, this means some deficiency exists in your mind, you're not complete, you're not well done, you're not attained any level that can be considered independent working level or reliability level. Reliability must be there to an extent of more than 90%, because we must understand that exceptions are always there with everybody. So quality and coordination, you can say coordination is a different world which applies to every work. Even when you study in school, coordination is done, but people do not realize. Everything is linked to another one, just like within planning and programming. This activity is linked to this activity, or this activity is not linked directly, but this activity is independent of that activity, so both can work together, both can run together. Without fear, we should not have first of all fear. Forget fear. Fear has got no meaning. Fear means waste of time. Fear means you are not confident. If you are confident, you are a quality person. You can develop confidence only by practicing quality in every way. When you study, you should have quality understanding. You cannot claim, you cannot just, I memorize this and I get pass. Passing is not significant. Learning is significant. Pass means what? Just you get a certificate, that's it. But shall that certificate work for you? Practically, that point you see. It doesn't matter you are top medalist. No, I'm not talking of medal here. I'm talking of real learning. If you can learn and do it, your certificate is good only for purpose of application and post election to job or appointment to job. Your certificate got no meaning. It's just record purpose. How you perform, that is most important. Do you really understand what you learned? But to apply that one, because you got theoretical knowledge or tutorial knowledge. Practicals are tutorials, applications are tutorials, not real knowledge. And engineering is a consideration that without practical work, without professionally conducting works, you cannot learn in fact anything clearly. Just professional teacher cannot give you equipped with whatever is required, because professional teacher itself gives off practical work. So quality and coordination, you can say, are bones, basics of your personality. If you are not able to coordinate, you cannot deliver quality. I am not saying you cannot do work. You may do work, but that shall not be expertise based work or well studied work. Well studied means whatever you work, you should be prepared for that, which you may say preparatory work, or you may call it homework, or whatever mind work. You must have a scheme, and we should not fear. Without fear, must speak about quality and coordination. Do not hesitate. Material comes from nature and not from human, because material doesn't come originally from human. Human has got no right to abuse availability of material. You cannot abuse material, and if you abuse material intentionally, means you want to abuse this world people, that can be counted on list of sins you performed. Abuse of material remains a sin, not just theoretical but real quality and real coordination. Everyone is duty bound to get quality, or else shall suffer in long run. Here quality means your mind quality, your learning quality, your education quality, your thinking quality, your practicing quality, your confidence quality. Means you can say where you have complete reliability on yourself, as well as others have got reliability on you. Quality exists generally nowhere currently, of course, with some savings, exceptions. Reason being lack of information and respective implementations. Specifications must be provided crystal clear, but what is a specification in engineering? That point must be known to everybody. We cannot simply say I learned this in university and this is specification. That was learning period, but in practice, specifications are well defined based on designation, based on cost, based on, I can say, everything must be, whatever is to be constructed must be given requirements. That is important point. Just like syllabus is available for whatever student in university, whatever field student, doesn't matter engineering or medical, that syllabus must tell you learning shall be qualitative. You say abundance of learning is not reliable. Means learning that can be used, that can equip a person to do good job, quality job. You can say not just theoretical knowledge, but real quality and real coordination. Everyone is bound, duty bound to get quality, or else shall suffer in long run. Quality exists generally nowhere, that's my experience. Nowhere I can say, of course with some exceptions, nowhere currently, of course with some savings exceptions, reasons being lack of information and respective implementation. Specifications must be properly provided, which must be crystal clear. And that's why I'm saying, if we don't have specification, we have to understand what specification is. What does it mean? Maybe people know, but they don't understand what does it mean. Why we say specification? Why don't we say generality, or why don't we say something practice or conventional? Because specific means what? One is general and one is specific. Specific means pinpointed. For this work, it should be done like this. You have to do like this. We require this. There may be many options, but we require this or equivalent. That is what specific means. At design time, engineer or manufacturer or whatever it is, its definition is a must. What is going to be installed on this project? That should be a must. If coordination work is not employed or used properly, no sequences can be established, formed to achieve technical and functional requirements, which state can lead to inadequate efficiency, consequently delaying works related execution or executing works inappropriately. Coordination work remains never same for every activity, but depends on designs and respective carrying out. Coordination is always unknown for all unknown activities. Coordination depends on designs and provided details. Complexities cannot be resolved without conducting necessary coordination. I was just interested in projecting this due to the reason, and actually I'll come to this page now, which is very much, you can say, you may not say cumbersome, but I would say reliable, and without which we cannot move further, because this is important one. So here is this, and let us say how does it work. I've given something in very pinpointed format on this Excel file about what is quality, what it should be, and what we should think about that. That point is very significant one, important one. What do we think about that? Can we think just in blind way, or we have to think professionally? As I said, quality is most important requirement you may say, without which we cannot do anything. Now, what is happening actually in every part of world? People have become mad, they have joined mad rush for making money more and more. This applies to organizations, this applies to companies, this applies to individuals, this applies to everyone in whatever field or business or industry. One is patience does not exist, confidence does not exist, but they have to do. You may see flights are falling, accidents are ongoing, road is not safe, trains are not safe, and in fact human is not safe from various considerations or angles. So here is information expertise essential, which is very important part here. What do you think about must think quality and do it for world? Here is question, what do you want to do? Means you have some plan, but for whose benefit should be? I would say this material comes from world. Nothing comes from human. Yes, processing is required to be done for making that material useful. So we don't own any material. Fundamentally, we just use it from this planet, and that's material should be understood properly. How does it form? What's its nature? And that can be done, in fact, I would say, in addition to material, in addition to your own body, in addition to whatever else. Soul is another title for this. Here you can say soul is physical wealth for all. You may see it, you may not see it, doesn't matter. But it is, and it is, I would say. Nobody can say no, it is. Check every act you do by whatever correction, for whatever correction. Because when you do something, even on computer, you cannot rely upon that until you review that, or your concept is not clear, then you can cause mistakes. You can deviate away from path of sequencing or coordination. Here is the important point in civil engineering and engineering quality. You can say civil engineering and engineering quality must for nature's given resources. Use mind first. That point I would say is claimable. Mind must be fruitful. Civil engineering quality must for nature's given resources. Use mind first. Have quality mind. It's a must. Do it for your good. Mind it if you can. No ignorance. No ignorance. No religion. Connection. Soul is original religion. Soul engineering is your permanent own wealth. No one can steal it from you. Use it. It is something, a kind of extraordinary action I am doing, because for whatever reason it can be. Of course, I had to keep size of video limited because of various reasons. Engineers and all be proud universe members. Your earth travel without must quality. You are not universe friend. Means what I say. You have to have a friendship. You have to befriend universe first. But be universe friend for your own good. Try to be representative of universe. We call it you are. Universe Supreme always waits to know your performance, conduct, and without or with quality thinking, that is. Means if you think you can enhance size of your mind, even if you are too young, you are a student. And if you don't think, you learn for so many years. My dear friends, you can say coordination, is it easy? For intellect. For intellect, use soul and mind to plan, to do, to check, to find and to act. Information must, and that is very, very important point. Information is basis of coordination. Information is basis of intellectual material, required material. Without this, nothing can be clearly understood. You cannot be blind engineer. You have to be genius engineer. Intellect is very important. And what is intellect? Soul. Do not be enemy of your soul, your supreme and your earth. Use intellect. If you do not work, quality, do it, have better curriculum vitae. Resources chart out. Faith is like farce. It may be Hindu, it may be Muslim. Communication is very significant. You can say, if you don't have information, you cannot do anything, you cannot consider anything. And this information is material information, this information is code information, this information is market information, this information is technical information. You can say whatever, you should be well known, you should know it, what is required. Because you are an engineer, you are a professional, you must know what should be done, how it should be done. Otherwise, you shall make mistakes. I say faith is like farce. I am not criticizing any faith, let me be clear. That is not ambition here. But I would say faith is just farce because you cannot prove it. Faith is like farce. Fact, truth, reliability. What is that? You know, fact is very important, truth is very important as far as work is concerned. If you want to rely, and what is rely means, you can say, yes, I rely upon this and it works, I have experienced that. That reliability point, that reliability consideration factor remains very important. Nature is factual for you, it is your oracle. You can say, when I say you, this means oracle. Oracle which remains on your head, which you may say is a medium which you cannot see, but it's much more stronger than your artificial satellites. Here I am not talking artificiality, I am talking use of your power. It's not artificial power, it's natural power, and you have no right to abuse surface or space of this power. Oracle quality means nature connects to you, and that is very important, or you connect to nature. This connection does not cost any money, which means but your work of might. My dear friends, here my interest is that I try to explain everything in a way it should be done. I am not in a hurry, and I just want to see the people understand what I am talking. If people don't understand, there is no meaning left behind. I am saying quality for work, quality for thinking. If I do some project, it doesn't matter, I have to keep in mind only profit part or commercial part. I have to keep technical part in picture. I have to keep intellectual part in picture. I have to think resources availability. I have to think about climate. I have to think about commercial use. I have to think about durability of material that I am using. Because in construction world, in engineering world, we produce in whatever discipline or the branch of engineering we are, and civil, electrical, mechanical, agricultural, aeronauticals, or whatever. There is a difference. I am talking about real engineering, I am talking about direct engineering, I am talking manufacturing, I am not talking about IT, because IT is just a device engineering. IT is a device engineering, but engineering with electrical I am talking, mechanical I am talking, civil I am talking. Civil is most old engineering. You can say civil doesn't mean civil engineering itself. Civil includes, you can say, overlapping engineering like mechanical, electrical, services, and many, many more. Without which civil engineering becomes very obsolete, though without being even obsolete, you cannot survive without that. Suppose today there are no services available, no facilities available, even then you need some room to sleep. So civil engineering is fundamental engineering, you can say. Mechanical, electrical, supporting engineering, you can say. Even if suppose a power station exists, plant exists, but structure is first to go. Structure should be first to understand what these interdisciplinary engineering require. Here quality is a question mark, which I say my talk is about quality and coordination. Our youth and all others do not understand what is quality, what is coordination. I have seen communication people do not know anything about quality and coordination. Of course, our engineers know, but they also lack because nobody bothers. But don't forget and remember that without quality and coordination, you cannot do quality job. Even if you test quality material, if you test quality of others, but if you are not having quality of your own, you don't have quality connections, you don't have quality work, you don't have quality drawings, you don't have quality designs, you don't have quality applications of what we call execution, and nothing can be done in every field of engineering. If suppose you want to appear in examination, so I get key old papers, I study them, I get pass. I think that is not quality education. That is only pass application, pass education. Oh, I got school cleared, I got degree cleared. That is cleared only, not real. You didn't understand what you learned. You just selected portion. You learned thorough study. You did not do. This means your mind is not well developed. Purpose of education is to develop mind, not to just get certification. Your only aim should not be job or assignment. Your aim should be achievement. Can you achieve? Of course, you may say in school education, in university education, time lapses and you cannot do everything. Okay, fine, but after passing also you should do that. It doesn't mean you have passed degree. I don't touch this book. What for? You can touch even elementary book at time, whatever time in your life. Education passing doesn't mean you are perfect. Education pass means you can do work according to your learning, according to your understanding. It doesn't mean complete. It means only favorable. Quality is my mind and I cannot think without that. Quality doesn't mean pomp and show. It doesn't mean efficiency. It doesn't mean digital world. It doesn't mean computer work. No. Quality is mental word. It doesn't mean artificial engineering. It doesn't mean artificial intelligence. I don't need artificial intelligence because I got abundance of natural intelligence. What for I should get? Why should I get another source when my already source available with me is not functional? I don't want to be, a person who cannot think. If I just submit myself to computer exclusively, I submit myself to, you can say, artificial intelligence exclusively, this means I submit my mind for nothing. I cannot use this equipment. Why I am so in hurry? Why I am so hurry? Why? What's this? Means what do I want to do as an engineer? I want to show you say I'm using artificial intelligence. What? I'm using computers. All these services, all this equipment are for your help, and not to steal your help, not to steal your mind. You should develop your mind using these, not destroy your mind. Computer and another computer which is called smartphone is a destructive device for humanity. Means purpose of phone is what? Use it all time. You don't take food 24 hours, but you use your smartphone 24 hours a day. You can't even go to WC or bath without this. You can't sleep without this. Means what do you mean by this? What is your achievement by this? Why do you want to be busy with your phone only? What's the reason? No time, no limit. Oh, all time you do. Are you so busy? Is world progressing that fast? Is our country progressing that fast? Have you achieved anything in this world? Has world achieved anything? You can't even control even USA, Arab, Europe. No continent can control tornadoes, control floods. You cannot control anything, and you say we are progressing, we are doing this and we are doing that. Because your only approach is economy. That's it. If it is economy-based world, it is useless world. If it is only economic consideration, that we should be so much in economy, we should be number 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, I think it is waste of earth resources. Economy can be one point of life, quality life, it cannot be every part. A student must know what is use of education. If you cannot calculate 2 plus 3 equal to 5 A shopkeeper has to use only calculator. A person sitting at a counter cannot even tell you what is that. What is 19 into 5 equal to? What is purpose of education? Cramming, you are getting 95 to 98%, but you cannot do anything. Then there is no meaning. It's a fake education, I would say. If you don't achieve any understanding, it's completely fake. It's farce. Learning is zero. Mark sheets are high. Learning is gold medal. Working is nothing, stone medal. Politicians, scientists, engineers, doctors, all have been, you can say, bound by equipment. If an engineer cannot calculate using mind, I would not call that person an engineer who only uses computer or calculator for simple calculations. I won't accept a person who says, I have 12th pass, I have school cleared, but I don't know what is translation of this sentence, what is translation of or this calculation. If you cannot understand, then there is no meaning of that education. Can you think about this? 98% marks, ask a question, no answer, because objective type is answer. You cannot write anything, you cannot read anything, you cannot conceive anything. What is purpose of education? Education is no use. If you have only certificate, but you can't do that. Industrial report says more than 60-70% engineers coming out of universities are not suitable for work. What does it mean? Why I am studying then? If I am not suitable for work, I even cannot calculate. I cannot write an application. I cannot fill up a form. I only speak voice. Oh, I am sending voice masses. Am I slave to computer? Am I slave to device? My mind must be used. My mind must be used. Otherwise, no education is good for me. That solely makes me reliable or dependent to artificial intelligence, because intelligence can never be artificial. It can be designed only. You may not call artificial, you may call it designed knowledge. That's it. Recorded knowledge. That's it. Mind cannot be replaced by any such knowledge, any such intelligence. No intelligence can be above mind intelligence or oracle controls. That point we have to see. Civil engineering is a vast world. Mechanical engineering is vast world. Same way electrical engineering is vast world. Architectural engineering is vast world. If these cannot coordinate together, no machine shall be successful. No fire can be controlled. No earthquake forces can be controlled, can be combat. What is purpose of education? Why should I be slave to these devices rather than these devices should be slave to me? But this is not going to happen. I'm going to close it today, not much more than this, because I have to keep in mind many of the factors. So my dear friends, we have to be serious about this and we have to think about this. I'll be back with you next time if possible. And let me see how does it work. And let me see where should be cousin. And you can say, I'd close it in the meanwhile. I would say again that life is not that easy as you think. We have to use most expensive wealth that God has given us, most powerful wealth that God has given us, and that is called power of mind and power of soul. And if we cannot understand that, there is no meaning of that. We have to be sure about this and that. And if you cannot be sure about this and that, no way I can say we should not be mindless person. I have seen people, means there is no professionalism left anywhere. Nothing is left anywhere. Only shouting, crying, ho halla, you can say, nothing else. And that is where you have to kill time. You have to kill your stamina. What can you do? That is important. First you convert yourself to quality personal. Only then you can say something can be done. and that is important point which I have to be clear about. And if that cannot be done, nothing cannot be done.